Clean Up Crew Stories. According to Reddit, number 18. I'm working at a county animal shelter, meaning we get roadkill remains. We were required to hold them in our facility's body freezer for a certain number of days in case someone came in looking for a pet that matched the description. Of course, this meant that you had to try and come up with identifying information from whatever was left of the animal. Sometimes it was easy. They were just a bit bloodied or twisted up, but other times you had to double glove it, put on your apron, start folding the bits around to try and tell what color it used to be. The worst part was when someone would come in looking for a pet that matched a dead on arrival description. Whoever happened to answer the call from the front desk had to get it out of the freezer and try to arrange it in such a way that the person could come identify it without passing out or vomiting. Ew. We were legit trained to handle it if someone passed out or puked. Luckily, it never happened to me specifically, but we did have a chair and a stretcher in case this kind of thing occurred. The hardest part was when people tried to act, tough, like it was no big deal that they lost their animal. But then they would just absolutely melt down. One particular case haunts me to this day, pretty typical case of a cat getting hit by a car. Leg and rib bones were sticking out, and there was so much blood that we had to towel it down to check for markings. Eyeballs were hanging out. One of them was deflated and shriveled. Guts were hanging out of the, come on man, you don't need to go this far. It was just a mess. Lo and behold, the poor thing had a collar and a microchip. I ended up being the one to respond when the owner arrived, and they explained the situation. Big muscly dude wearing a Marine Corps t-shirt strolls up. He's got tattoos up and down his arms, he's shaking like a leaf, and trying to hide when I come up to get him and take him back. I had this spiel that I used to give people, how we do this just to be sure, and sometimes it's hard to see the animals like this, and just let me know if he needs a second. He tells me, point blank, that he's a veteran. He's seen guys get shot and he can handle it. We go into the room where I have the half-frozen cat corpse under a towel, and the bloody collar is on top of it. He picks up the collar without a word, and I can see in his eyes that he knows. I ask if he wants to head back up to the front now, and he says he has to be sure. So I pull the towel back carefully to expose just the top half, but the poor thing was in bad shape. This was the good side that was facing up, but his jaw is still shattered, hanging funny. The one eye is bulging out and filled with blood like a demented snow globe. Half his tongue is missing. There's a clear depression on the front from the tires. One leg is twisted around like a Twizzler. Come on, man. The guy just stares. After a few seconds, he just turns to the door. He stops halfway towards the door, looks back, and takes a knee like someone hit him right in the gut. All he says is, I saw my guys get shot. Why a cat? It's just a cat. It's just a cat. It's not about what it is, man. It's about what it means to you. Oh my God. I'm like reading ahead. It can't just be this. It really is. The whole time he's clutching the bloody collar to his chest, it turns out, per the girls up front who had talked to him at first, that it was the cat his therapist recommended he get for PTSD. Her name had been Hope. There was probably more invested in that cat than this motherfucker could ever, conceptualize. He would never be able to articulate, even under duress, like with a gun to his head, and was told, like, you won't survive if you don't tell me what this cat means, because he probably didn't understand. It's funny, and this is something that bleeds into parenting as well. When you are placed in the care of something that you have acknowledged is vulnerable enough and doesn't, what's the word? Kind of have a chance without you looking out for it, you invest some shit into that thing. So an animal, cat, dog, in as far as it's capable of loving you back, I mean, it's gonna be, for the most part, loyal to you. And, not to expect any kind of double crossing or bullshit like that from that animal. So to have it kind of stripped from you, shit. At least the other people that you knew back in your tour were adults that, following a series of choices, decided that this was the life that they were going to live, that this is the dice they're going to roll, potentially put themselves in a situation where they could lose their own life. They made that choice to come out here. This wasn't like a draft where everybody was out there without a choice, baby. But your little fuckboy animal that's out in the road, it didn't know what's going on. It doesn't know. Oh, road bad. I could get hit by a car. And now it's dead. And all of us could die. Any day, baby. But you want to know what people are more worried about these days? They worried about their money. In a way where they gonna flex some of that illegal juice all over the Robin Hood sacrificed itself this day for the rich. You have to wonder if it was aware of the puns that it would just set itself up for. Robin Hood stealing from the rich? No. Stealing from the poor. Hey, I didn't really get a, consent to sell your stacks here, but I'm gonna do that anyway. You know what I mean? Is that cool? I don't care. I got rich people to protect. Oh, the dances. You know what I'm talking about? God damn. Hello to everybody in the stream chat. Forgive me. It's been a wild day just watching some transparent shit roll out. Oh man. Somebody in the Discord was telling me how AOC was on Twitch talking about this. I really hope it blows up even more, because to see some of these people losing their damn mind. Because again, I can say it to you like this, and this is a terrible thing to say in the same sentence, but it's the truth. Whenever I see things like some guy, trying to build a bomb, or he's running to, some school or some church, and he's what they call radical and crazy, and he's got his manifesto, and his religious beliefs are so insane, you can't help as a normal person just thinking to yourself, bitch, how does this hurt anybody? You know what I mean? This hurts all the wrong people for whatever you're trying to be about. All of these political motivations and all of this bullshit, nobody's going to remember you in a day's time because of how stupid you were. You went to go what? Maim these people's families who just trying to keep their head down and live their life? The people that need to be bothered by this don't care, but this? Shit. I'm really eager to see where it develops. That's all I have to say. So forgive me for seeming so interested. It's really funny because we live in an era now where it's like, maybe when you were younger, you could have gotten away with ignoring politics, ignoring stocks, ignoring this, ignoring that. But nah, now it's like at your front door, as it should be, because some of these old people getting exposed for the bullshit they've been getting away with for way too long, boy. But if you're not careful, they will try to change the narrative and flip that shit back on you exactly the same way you're seeing on TV right now. You know, them trying to make it seem like a bunch of hackers came in and they stole. No. They played by the rules. The rules that don't work suddenly because the wrong people are benefiting from them, dude. Y'all see the police do this shit all the time. So, number 17 on this list. My brother's boyfriend was a paramedic and quit his job after seeing this. It was the last straw. He said he couldn't do it anymore after this. Some horrible person left their baby and a dog in a parked car to go shopping. It was hot. They both died, but the dog panicked and chewed up the baby's face. Well, that's the kind of motherfucker you got running around in the world. Oh, damn. People defend people like this, man. That's the crazy part. Forgive me, I'm like putting my glasses on here. Wow! The difference is night and day. Alright. It's fucked up, but that's the world. Number 16. My ex was a funeral director. The two that stick out. Semi, who turned in front of a crotch rocket. I'm sorry, man. You know, usually I'm right on the ball when it comes to trying to understand what they might have been what they meant, you know? I don't know what this means. And all I can do is fucking motorcycle bed shredder? Who's calling that a crotch rocket? Do you for real?
I think I have heard of that.
But why do you need to, for the sake of this story?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
It's a bucket of silly.
And you know what it is? Like, I want to say it to you like this, okay? There is no type of person making you capable of irrational anger and like feeling like an old man, like a 12-year-old. Do you know what I mean? 12-year-old shows up and says some shit that will like invalidate the shit they're saying and make it all about, why are you like this? You know what I mean? And just make you want to stop everything you're doing. Like, why are you? And he explains crotch rocket are those types of plastic looking motorcycles that you ride hunched over. The fact that this motherfucker had to put it in the edit, Dia, means that enough people were like, what are you talking about? Do you get what I'm saying? Oh, we're supposed to know what you call a crotch rocket. Because you know what I would have thought. Can you tell me what I think a crotch rocket is? Without you know, even the context? Can you guess what I think it is?
No.
It's an erection, Dia. It's an erection. So you know what we're going to fucking do right now, just for the sake of this entry, and stream? Stream? Forgive me. A crotch rocket is a guy's rock hard raging boner. When Urban Dictionary has the first definition as what I believed it was, take it from a black man that knows how to speak in a way where people are constantly and ridiculously saying, "Oh, you're black." When your vernacular defies even the urban recognition of the fucking word, fuck this guy in his entry. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't mean it in like some kind of like, oh, I'm a diva exaggerated way. I really don't want to read what you have to fucking say, because what do you mean? Why are we supposed to be capable of just understanding wherever the fuck you're from? You know what I mean? Do we need to have people going, oh, well, you're wasting time to tell me that the question that you're answering isn't like directed at you specifically anyway. But now I'm supposed to be able to Nostradamus what the fuck you mean when you say some bullshit. And I guess it's at the end of the entry, so it's not the end of the world, but fuck you. A semi-truck turned in front of a motorcycle. Super hard to fucking write, I'm sure. But this guy thought that was colorful. You're hurting me on the inside. Bruh. My bad, bed shredder. You know, maybe I just need something to drink. Okay, whatever. Okay. Oh my god. My ex was a funeral director, the two that stick out. A semi-truck who turned in front of a motorcycle. He said even with the helmet on, the guy's head just exploded. He said you would try to pick up the big parts, but you were mostly just shoveling goo into garbage bags. We've seen this. We've seen gifs like that, where it's just like, you just explode into flesh on that pavement. Not cool. This old man, he played, I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
You did
Did it?
What?
Yeah. I'm like, he better not. And you did.
I'm sorry. The old man who made a heart attack Behold. The old man who had a heart attack outside by the campfire alone. It's not funny. Why are you making me laugh while I'm reading shit like that? Listen, the old man who had a heart attack outside by the campfire alone. No one checked in on him for so long. By the time that they found him, everything but his one foot was completely burned up. Ugh. Bonus story, he had keys to the cemetery and would take me to the crematorium at night. The tour was weird. He showed me a bucket full of metal parts left after a cremation. He made me stand to the side while he opened the oven to see if they were done. And you don't want to see this. He just opened it a couple of inches, was like, nope, needs more time. Like he was checking a pizza. And I found that weird. Okay. Congratulations. Congratulations. I'm sorry. Bed Shredder, thank you for setting me on the right path here. Shockmaster, Brooks, PB&J, Linda. My God. David. It just reached inside me and shook me up, man. Dominique, Kyle, have you seen the new update to Marvel with Hawkeye coming this February? I'm pretty sure if y'all think Hawkeye coming February, I got some donations that y'all need to be sending, boy. You know, the more things that Kyle says about Marvel's Avengers, the angrier the people get, and they looking for a target at this point. I can tell it to you, it's as simple as that. It's a sad day for those weirdos because they have no one but themselves to blame. They were trying so hard to build an invisible horse that they could sit high upon, talked all this shit, and here we are, bro. The end of what? The 4th month? It's about to be month 5. And what do they have? One archer to show for it. But Hawkeye's coming. Hawkeye's coming. Bruh. Don't let me see that tweet, boy. Because whatever it is, it's not going to be good enough. That's the worst part. Give me some more of this stock bullshit going down, man. For real. People putting their foot in their mouth now. They've been doing shit a certain way for a certain amount of years. And now that it's benefiting the wrong people, they got a problem. Number 15. I'm so terrified of bothering anyone that as I read all of these, I keep thinking to myself, I hope when I die, I turn up the AC really high so I don't turn too much into goo? What if I told you you are all already goo? Elephant says human sludge. Hey, would you blow me says Venus. You know, when you pass, if the right amount of time passes, you might be ready to be formed into a shape not unlike a Venus. If that's not your fetish, then I hope it doesn't happen to you, you know? But again, you can think of things going however you want when you die, because you can't be aroused then. You can only be aroused now. Number 14. Speaking of arousal, Dia, see what I did there? Teen girl had to be pieced back together. Oh.
What have you done?
Oh no. This boner's getting bigger. I'm kidding. I'm sorry, Dia. What? Ugh. I can appreciate a woman in separate parts, okay? What are you afraid of what a real woman looks like, Dia? Number 14. A teen girl had to be pieced back together. Steering column went through her chest like a straw through a piece of cheese. Had to put the hamburgered heart back together. Oh my God. Can you imagine being able to tenderize meat with one punch like that? Kitty kitty game kaimate hero. Oh, one punch tenderizer. Number 13. The one that stuck with me was a suicide in a bathtub. We couldn't drain the tub, so we had to use a coagulant, then scoop up the bloody mess. Biohazard bags. Ew. We did the same thing for the toilet. Another was a suicide by gun in a basement full of boxes, which was a nightmare to clean, as well as the smallest bit of flesh had to be found and cleaned up. It's crazy and sad when other people have to say like, or no, when like personal family members have to be the ones to clean up. And that sucks. But cleanup crews are like explosively expensive is the unfortunate part. But damn, you really don't want the wrong people to be scooping up chunks of people, so to speak, after they have done what they've done. The smell of the smallest pieces of flesh meant the job wasn't done until it was found. One scene, the cops thought it would be helpful to put the newspaper on top of the leftover melted body. Let me read that again. One scene, the cops thought it would be helpful to put newspaper on top of the leftover melted body oils, which dried to the floors and was terrible to clean up. You know, it doesn't make it any better to read, you know, just delivering it slightly different. Sad cleaning. Okay, sad cleaning indeed. Sorry, sad cleaning up these things when family was in the other room as well. What do you mean in the other room? Y'all can't go grab a shake? Some frosty chocolate milkshakes or something? God damn, we'll be right outside. And then you just hear like scoop.
Really, and wet meat.
Oh. What if it was like you or me doing the job and we like to just put on like music, you know, while we do it? I'm working on sunshine. I'm so sorry for your loss. Just, you know, we live our lives too, okay? That's fucked up, but it's true.
Why are you like this?
The truth is, Dia, I know people who are down with that mortician life. I know people who are down with that coroner life. That's not a smell you can get off of you. So what do? You find some people who either, you know, have no sense of smell or something, or
So wouldn't you be perfect?
well, I guess I am perfect for most things when you think about it like that, Dia. Unfortunately, just perfect. Light Purple Seraphim says Crunch cereal or Dia Dots. Kyle Crunch. I wonder how rich crunched like candy would taste in a cereal. They put Reese's peanut butter cups in cereal. Reese's Puffs, peanut butter chocolate flavor. Sad cleaning up these things when family is in the other room as well. Not working the job anymore, but definitely gave me an appreciation for the hard work biohazard cleanup crews have to do. Mostly on call, as well as you never know how long you will be away from home. Ugh. Ew. Sorry, they update this to say that another let me read it. Another scenario was when some dude squished thousands of pantry moths onto every wall. Like he wallpapered. It really gives me like fucking the shivers just thinking about it, Dia. Because the thing about moths is they're coated in like weirdness. You know what I mean? You're getting a bunch of moths and squishing them to coat every wall, and you're, what kind of shit is that? People really are just unsettling. You know what I mean? Oh. Okay, let me see here. Number 12. Not in cleanup, but I had a friend who is a paramedic. He said that the only call that they ever got to him was a call for a large overweight woman who had a fecal impaction, who they found laying on the floor naked and puking up shit. So, you know, that's cool. The thing is, part of me wanted to object to this last entry because I was expecting that everything had to deal with people being dead. But I guess if this is about cleanup crews, then of course we were gonna encounter an entry like this. You wonder if that kind of stuff happens slowly, you know? One day you can't poop, and then the next day it's coming up out of your mouth?
I guess so.
Doesn't this take a while?
Well, yes. Unless something is like, maybe there's more going on than initially thought.
Someone responds, my sister had this problem twice as a kid from eating entirely too much cheese and holding her poop. I'm not sure. I'm not sure this is how we're going to get down tonight. You know what I mean? There are a lot of ways that we can get down tonight, but that's not one of them. Tell you what I want to do tonight. You know what I mean? Let me show y'all real quick. Let me hit y'all with that good stuff, actually. Why did I think that there was like a music video for this? Am I mistaken? Of course there is. What's up? What's it? Hit me with that good stuff. You know what I'm talking about, baby? Gotta hit me with that monkey bar. Is that coming through the that's coming through the speakers?
Yep.
Oh, damn. Yeah, I'm trying to, no, let's groove tonight. Fine. And it's going through the wrong speakers. What the hell is that? Wanna tell you what you can do with my love. Oh, my love. Yeah. I would never let you, not use the bathroom that long without figuring out fiber and laxatives and going in to see what's going on in there. Maybe there's like a baby trapped in the intestine, something like that. You know what I mean? Huh? Babies have been known to do that. I've heard some urban legends about the baby being in the intestine and then stopping the poop from coming out. It is feeding off the poop and surviving.
Look, I don't know what weird anime you watched, but
I've seen this anime, Dia. You can't test me on it. Light Purple Seraphin says, Get Down on It by Kool and the Gang is also good. I don't know about Get Down on It. Silhouetted Girl, hello. Super Puppy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Number 11, a cop. He was first on the scene of a pretty bad suicide. Midday parking lot, a guy smashes an entire handle of vodka. I'm about to say vodka. Swear to God. He smashes an entire handle of vodka sitting alone in his car. Proceeds to take out a box cutter and cut from his shoulder to his wrist, but real deep. He then proceeds to slash deep into his neck from side to side. I just happened to be patrolling through the area and I saw a couple running up to him. Right after he did it, he popped his car door open and slumped onto the ground. He was still alive and I immediately called for an ambulance. I started tourniqueting his arm, but I knew it was just for show for the bystanders. The amount of blood on the ground meant that there was no way of saving this man. He made a lot of sounds, but nothing after a few seconds. He officially coded in the back of the ambulance. The only other bad one that stuck out with me in my mind, showing up to a second body that was pulled out of the driver's... that was pulled out of the river. Sorry, threw a D in there. I'm full of D. Wait, no, I have D. D, is full of D. See what I did there? What I did, Dia?
you mean full of C.
Wait, who's full of C?
Me.
You're full of C?
Yes.
Is C me?
Yes.
But D is better for the joke.
But C works too.
C could mean crap. To say you're full of crap, that makes sense.
Shut up.
It's not as funny as mine, though. Okay. Back to this death entry. Okay. Telling jokes. The only other bad one that stuck out of my head was when a body was pulled from the river after 3 days. Guy was a bridge jumper, washed up on the shore, and his eyes had been eaten out. And his body was completely bloated. I had to sit next to the body for hours in the summer heat, waiting for the medical examiner. It's fucked up, man. I'm surprised none of you have any, I don't know. Not to say that this makes you creepy or anything, but none of you have, I want to call them, aspirations of becoming like an examiner, a coroner, a mortician, something like that. You know what I'm talking about? Come on, man. Tell me the true. Tell me the truth. I feel like it would create such an alibi for so many of you, too. Or do you think that they'd ask too many questions and that's why you stay away from fields like that? Yeah, they'd ask questions, dude. As soon as you start working with bodies, it's you're getting a 3rd degree from everybody. Just because I work with the bodies? Number 10. One of my first jobs after moving had me doing this. The day that had me walking... The job that had me walking. Sorry. One of my first jobs after moving, I did this, and the job that had me walking wasn't even a scene as described. Wasn't a crime scene? We did all types of hazmat cleanups, and the worst was actually a couple that went on vacation and came back to backed up septic. Think about 1 foot thick, hard, dried out, crusty septic waste spread throughout the entire first floor of the house. Not going further into detail there, it was nasty. Septic, not septic. When your septic needs to be a little bit more scenic, you know what I mean? On a break and mobile, yeah, okay. I want you to imagine, Dia, going somewhere and coming back, and the whole fucking floor of your crib is not just poop, but like solidified poop, Dia.
Like, I don't want to be thinking about that. Why would you do that to me?
Why would I do that to you? Just give you the thought?
Yeah.
Dave says, I used to want to be a medical examiner because I liked working alone. I used to work in medical disposal in many aspects. Oh my god. Archie's out here making a joke about how that's what Crystal Dynamics is doing right now because Marvel's Avengers is dead. Okay. That's a really well executed joke there.
It's a weird joke. Very complex.
Jesus Christ. My heart goes out 5 months. Cause imagine, dudes. Imagine you or me were working on a game and we fucked it up as hard as they fucked up Marvel's Avengers. And it stayed fucked up for 5 months. Surely they're just expecting to get fired from this job any day. And they keep trying to postpone it and put it off and be like, oh, well, maybe tomorrow the phone will ring. And we won't have to do this anymore. Ah, damn. It's good shit, man. Number nine. I had a great uncle who helped clean up the bodies that were left behind by Hurricane Audrey in 1957. He said the smell persisted in his nose for weeks after. It got so bad that he went to the doctor to see if they could do anything, and they clipped all of his nose hairs, and the smell went away. It was explained to him that the smell had soaked into the hair, but I don't claim to know. Sorry, scrolling down. But I don't claim to know the validity of this statement. The hurricane hit South Louisiana in June of that year, and most of the bodies recovered were found in the saltwater marshes that cover the area. So it's safe to assume that they were in advanced states of decay. And I've heard it said that the smell of the decomposing, it's a decomplosion. Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. It's so stupid. I'm done. The decomposing bodies were so bad. You're laughing at, no. It was said that the smell of decomposing bodies were so bad that alligators would actively avoid the areas. That I don't know the validity of that either, though. Me know it. Me don't know. Me don't know. Me don't know, dear.
Just like this person.
Crotch rocket, man. It only takes one thing. It only takes one thing to fuck me for the night. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. There's your entry. Decomplosions, nose hairs. It's all there. Read it and weep. Can you say you aren't overwhelmed and impressed by that entry? This microphone keeps falling. And I apologize for that. I'm trying to get it nice and in my face, and then we'll be okay. But damn, you know. As we continue, man, fuck it. What do you think's going on the front page? You think people are freaking out?
What about my money? It's power to the traders now.
Yeah, they really Oh boy. Bruh. It's it's a revolution, huh? But this time, wait a minute. Is this that same congresswoman you're telling me about thought that, the school thing was a hoax?
Marjorie something Green?
And now it's being said that she blamed wildfires on secret Jewish space laser?
Alright, lady, go home.
She makes it sound so crazy. You know what I mean? You gotta phrase this better, okay? You remember when we used to freak out about HARP? It's out there. You know what I mean?
What's HARP?
HARP is a facility. No, they didn't. Did they really? Did Blockbuster really? Does Blockbuster have a Twitter account? Blockbuster Twitter. Let's take a look out there. No, it didn't. Blockbuster doesn't seem to have updated since August 11th, 2020. Why does it even have an authorized account? Continuing up this list, we arrive at number 8. Wow. Wait a minute. I posted this on another thread, so I'm copying it. Clean up after a murder. It was a rehab house for ex-cons. 4-bedroom house with communal bathroom and kitchen. Sunday morning, Guy A is in the room listening to music pretty loud. Guy B is in the kitchen cooking his breakfast. B knocks on A's door and tells him to turn it down. There's a small argument and B returns to his breakfast and A turns his music up. Oh no. So B grabs the biggest knife in the kitchen, kicks in A's door, stabs him through his left shoulder, entering by his collarbone, and A runs out of this room, across the landing, down the stairs, out the front door, back inside, back up the stairs, and collapses on the landing. When I got there, it was like a scene from a movie. Walls, ceiling, everywhere A had been was caked with blood. Apparently, after B stabbed him, he returned to cooking his breakfast. There was a half-eaten breakfast in the kitchen when I got there. So I'm guessing he nicked an artery if it's like spraying upwards onto the ceiling and shit. That's not cool, man. Nobody wants to die like that. Damn, man. Over some music? Damn. I guess that's how it goes. Everybody's living such reasonable, sexy lives, you know? Eating their food, taking their showers, thinking of me, thinking of Dia. Better be more me though, you know?
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Me in the shower in there. And then maybe they get like a 3D printed little like Kyle ducky, right? It's like a rubber ducky but with Dexter's dad's head on there. It's genius. Should I sell those?
I guess.
I can't sell those. Hey, and that'd be such a weird accessory.
But what? I don't understand. Why is it a duck? Is that like a thing he does?
Yeah, quack quack, motherfucker. I don't know. Light purple seraphim says, Kyle and Dia, did you know babies have been born in Antarctica? Is there a joke here? Is this a joke? Why? So this is recent, ladies and gentlemen? Because I threw that at the internet and a article comes up that says 11 babies were born in Antarctica, and none of them have died, which apparently makes it so that Antarctica has the lowest mortality rate of any continent. 0%. Got 'em. You know what I mean? Can you imagine going to Mars while you're pregnant, trying to have a baby dies, and then you say, this planet has 100% mortality rate.
I mean, you would think so, especially since it's barren.
You have to wonder if the way that we have been socialized as a civilization at this point is capable for hostile life out on a planet like that. Not maybe the scientists, you know what I mean, but it would need to go old school where, let's not get into it, unfortunately, but you would need to be having kids more than whose names you could ever hope to remember. In the scenario where resources are, of course, abundant. Of course, I lost myself in thinking of starting a colony in space, man. We should just buy some land and do it out there. You know what I mean, Dia? The meadows.
Oh my gosh.
Dia and I watched Howl's Moving Castle again. And I feel like that movie was running out of time, so it just tied up everything at the very end. It was like, oh shit, the movie's supposed to be over now. All right, you, happily ever after, and you come here. Okay, oh, broke the curse. You did it. Now let's go. The war's over, guys. Howl's Moving Castle. Jesus says, who in God's green flat earth would have a baby at the Arctic wall?
Somebody's gotta keep an eye on that wall.
You know what? Just because you and your people believe that these walls need to serve this purpose of keeping people out, those of us who believe in breaking down the walls and bringing people together will only ever see a destination, a goal, a future where we can go and have babies that won't die, which will make it so that the mortality rate is perfect, because nobody's done that here. That's gonna be a conversation starter to somebody. I'm one of the Antarctica babies. What the hell does that mean? What the fuck kind of tiny titty shit is that? What if they have gigantic breasts because they were born down there or conceived down there? I mean, wait, probably not conceived, just born. Either you take a pregnant lady out to Antarctica, maybe they were conceived there too, kicking it for 9 months.
Gosh, somebody get the fuck out of here.
They got to be comfortable wherever they're at. It's not like they're outside. As we roll up this list, boy, we arrive at number 7. I work in the emergency room, and I was told by someone that works for a funeral home that they had to get a girl that overdosed and passed away. They said that she had her breasts augmented and was pregnant. Turns out she overdosed while taking a bath and had decomposed enough that her breast implants and the fetus were floating around in the water. They were floating around in the water, Dia. Hold on. You're lucky I don't remember the part of this song where she just keeps going. I'm gonna find it. Give me a second. There it is. The water, bro. The water, bro. Woo! Her boobs and fetus were in there, Dia. She died in the bath, had fake boobies and baby, and fetal boobage in the water stewage.
What?
A sewage stew of fatty oils and body grease, the grease, the formula, the concoction, the right ingredients, the wrong ingredients for life. One might say a death stew, a double death stew. You know what to do. It's Blue's Clues, Blue's Clues. Sit down in my death soup and die. 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 Because when we use our minds, take a death at a time, we can do anything. I don't know who Blue's Clues jokes are supposed to be reaching. It's unacceptable, and I apologize. Seraphin says, God, I love Kyle. Can't get enough. This guy's the best. What's going on? Seraphin says, Yeem is the capital of Big Titty. Kyle is the founder, and Linda is the leader. And then Linda says, what are you on, Seraphin? Yeah, Linda doesn't want to be visually, involved in anything. Linda would be like a... Let's call her a Isabel. If Isabel refused to talk to you. As a matter of fact, if you walked into the office, Linda would probably freeze like she's a statue and she's not real. And it would be obvious that she's real. And you'd be like, look, hey, hello. And you try to treat her like that one bitch with the fabrics in, the clothing store, where maybe if you just keep trying to talk to her, she'll loosen up to you inevitably. But she would just keep up with this statue trick. And it'd reach a point where you would just become so uncomfortable trying to say anything to her because she keeps becoming a statue or like freezing when you walk in, that you would just like almost dismiss her as like some form of like autistic or having a condition. And she's fine with that too. It works for her as long as you stop talking to her. You know what I mean? Just stop talking, but you keep doing it. She probably put on like earphones and be like, oh, I can't hear you. Something like that, bro. But you just keep on with that bullshit. You can't take no for an answer. You're like trying to drag her as a hostage into your forced conversation, your forced small talk. People don't want to talk to you. Everybody doesn't need to be your friend. You got to release it. You got to get over it, man. Some people just need to wake up and smell that freaking coffee as we roll up to number 6. I work in disaster cleanup, including biohazard scenes. Sadly, it's only gotten worse since the Rona. Suicides have spiked. Murder is up. Old folks dying at home alone and people not realizing. I don't know. I don't like the way I read realizing. And people not realizing for longer because they don't want to give grandma or grandpa the virus. They're all awful. From the man who murdered his mom with a weight to the man who shot himself in the head, then walked all around the house bleeding everywhere, to the man who shot himself and we had to scrub the blood off of the baby bassinet, to the old man who died in a senior independent living facility, who had no furniture and just a sleeping bag on the ground with garbage and feces stains everywhere. You sure you don't want to try to get darker than this? You sure? Jesus, man. He wasn't found for some time. That one really bothered me a lot, seeing someone who lived in these conditions and no one knew or maybe even cared. They didn't realize he was gone until the odor got too bad. Dia, we all don't want to be a bother to people. You know what I mean, Dia? It could happen to any of us. You know what my favorite part of Howl's Moving Castle was, Dia? That this girl was living a life and was like isolated from these other stupid skanks that were her age that were all focused on one bullshit, and that she was effectively zapped into that of an old lady. Like into the life of an old lady, and was super okay with that. She was pretty much for the most part fine with being like just not even looked at, not even sought after. She's gonna just clean now, and that's that. What pisses me off in the beginning of that movie is that when it's implied that the military men are back from like a little fight or something, of course they catch her in an alley and are wanting to like make a move on her regardless of her consent, and she had to be saved by some guy. That's fucked up, Dia. And to be honest,
that still happens now.
I know, but it lends to the idea that this girl may have probably even been glad or relieved to now have the body of an old woman so she doesn't have to worry about these pig bastards, grabbing her and then taking whatever the fuck they want from her without consent. It sucks to think about it like that. That some girls, are fleeing from a certain amount of attention, but they're stuck in these bodies with these big, luscious, squeezable, suckable things, Dia. And of course the dudes are all like, hey mama, what's going on? What you trying to do? And they're just like, I just want to be a fucking old lady and make hats. What's the big deal? My cats understand me. Meanwhile, their cats are getting a look at all the goods, Dia. What the hell? Think about how many times you must have shown your guinea pig stuff before me, Dia. Delicious too, Dia. Wow.
I actually covered my animals when I would change.
What? You covered your animals when you changed, Dia?
Yes.
That is so kawaii.
I
What
felt indecent, so I wanted to protect their innocence, even though they
tight ass Dia in front of those guinea pigs, and you must have slipped up a couple of times, Dia. Come on.
I must have, but I always tried to make sure to cover up their cage, and then once I was done, I would pop them out.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, even the animals don't get a show. If Dia can help it. Wow. So, did you ever have a sleepover where people came over to your house?
No.
No. That's good. That's good.
My mom wouldn't allow it. Yeah, no. But I went over to Michelle's house to the sleepover. I think Michelle is the only person I've ever slept over.
Jason says, what's a group of guys rounding the corner of a building, snapping their fingers called? Well, I think that there's some kind of musical fight about to happen. That's what I think, dude. That's what I'm trying to figure out. West Side Story. Hold up. Number 5. Okay. Working for a tow truck driver that gets calls after crashes. The worst one, for me, was a family of 6 coming back with over 10 pizzas for a baseball team. It was a head-on collision with a tractor-trailer, or 18-wheeler. The ambulance took the bodies away, of course. Everyone died but one little guy. There was so much blood and vomit, diapers, toys, dolls covered in blood. The pizza was everywhere inside the car. 2-inch thick on everything. And all over the road. There were so many backpacks and things just covered in pizza and blood. It is hard to even describe to this day. It was oozing all over the road and was like an exploded pizza pocket. Everyone that was waiting in the traffic jam looked horrified. Now, Dia, you're in your car with 5 other people in your family, and you're all getting pizza to bring back to her for some baseball game, and a collision occurs and you're the only survivor. Do you think pizza's going to work for you for the rest of your life?
What do you mean?
Do you think you'll be able to do pizza in the future?
Probably not for a while, no.
I don't know about ever, bro. If it happened to me.
I feel like eventually you're gonna have to try to get over it. Because yes, it sucks and there's always going to be that memory of that thing, but you gotta release the fact that, you gotta release the fact that this thing wasn't just attached to this one horrible thing. You must have enjoyed pizza many, many times with those same people that you lost, and you gotta hold on to that and release the bad.
So you're doing this job and you walk into a woman in a bathtub with implants and a fetus in it. Are you going to be able to take baths thereafter? For a while?
Yes. Like it's gonna be spooky.
The water though, dear.
I'm gonna hurt you.
I love that song. Oh, okay. We're done with this list, man. Date Bayo. Number 4. Not me personally, but my dad used to be an EMT slash firefighter. In the late 80s, he got a call about a horrid smell coming from the neighbor's house of the person calling. I don't know. So I'm guessing they meant not. Not knowing what the smell could have been, they dispatched the EMT, firefighter, and police officers to the scene. They found the house was owned by a single lady who had died in her living room chair. Not too bad, right? Row. The chair was an old leather recliner, and as she was decomposing, she had melted and fused with the leather of the chair. When the EMTs got there, they had to remove her from the house, and when they tried to pull her off, her back skin, arms, and lower body separated from the rest of her body and remained attached to the chair, decomposing. Decomposing.
You did it.
Decomposing flesh, blood, and organs fell out and all over the char. The char and the floor. That's what it says. Not the char. Charmander. People were vomiting every 10 seconds and couldn't stand to be inside longer than a few minutes. My dad describes the smell and scene as the worst thing that he has ever seen. Her body was so decomposed that she was basically liquid inside with a fragile shell. He had to leave and grab a full respirator from the fire truck, and even then it didn't do jack shit. The others too took turns going out to retrieve the pieces so that they could be disposed of. When they were finished, they burned the chair in the front yard. I remember reading something like this a couple of years back. Melting to the furniture, dear. I understand they released the mod tools for Cyberpunk. So here's hoping in time that can become our new GTA. Want to be able to fly in that game, do you? Is that so rough?
No, we all wish that we could.
I think the mod tools will really allow them to create like straight up new cyber weirdo trees. That'd be cool. I'd like that. You know? Holy shit, Chase Williams. Chase Williams taking the life out of me. Thank you, my man. Muhahaha. Finally caught another string.
Mahahaha. Finally caught another stream. Evening, everyone.
I like that she said mahahaha. So thank you, Chase Williams. You're keeping us all on track on this the day that the rich tried to step in and say, no, they can't have money. They're just doing this to attack rich people. Jeez. Number 3. Wall Street nuts, boy. A family friend was a first responder to a scene where a young woman committed suicide by running onto a busy highway at night. A semi-truck hit her, and essentially, her body just exploded. He described the scene of just picking up pieces scattered across the road and shoulder. That sucks, Dia. You know what I mean? So many wonderful, sweet, Men and women with shit to offer in terrible situations. I don't even want to exist past this minute, let alone, visualize themselves having a future. Jesus says the bloody pizza entry. Can you not? The bloody pizza entry reminds me of the final scene of Dead Alive. With the lawnmower. Didn't they have they had like a meat grinder scene at the end of one of the Kingsman movies too? Dia, what movie am I thinking about with a lawn, with like a lawn thing? Was that one of Chucky's Kills?
Yes.
But in the shitty movie, right?
Yes.
In the shitty new one. I just didn't care for that movie. And it also didn't show enough for it to be special for me. Did it for you?
The remake?
Yeah.
No, of course not.
I don't know, man. Misunderstanding your material as usual. Come on. The new movie needed more angry Chucky being an asswipe. Just yelling really vulgar stuff. Sound nuts coming out of a puppet. That's what Brad Dourif understands, Dia.
He really does.
You fucking bitch! What did Doll say to me? Number 2. I spent some time with the coroner to shadow for school. This sounds so much cooler than it actually is. They were showing me different cases and going over them, pictures included. The one that seemed too emotionally... That's 1-0, Kyle. The one that seemed to emotionally bother this particular guy the most was a scene where a father was coming home and pulling into the driveway. His daughter, 3 years old, was running to greet him, and he hadn't seen her, or didn't see her, and ended up running over her head. Oh. The pictures were heartbreaking enough. I can't imagine what the dad went through when he saw her like that. There was another one that had 3 bodies. Some guy killed his wife, his affair partner, and her daughter. Why he killing? He the one having an affair, I don't understand. Why are people so cruel? He killed his wife, his affair partner, and her daughter, put them in a shed in the middle of a summer, and just left town. They were found 3 weeks later, basically piles of putrid slime with maggots and bloated parts slawing off as they tried to bag them. The murder had a pilot's license and has never been caught. The decomp room smelled for months after that. Dia, can I say something to you?
Yes.
They tell you that the most, and this is a wild thing to say, not that I know anything about it, but if you're military or ex-military or ex any group, you know damn well too, pilot's license, Dia, familiarity with what docks have certain ships that you can just pay to slide onto, these are your biggest buddies when it comes to GTFOing, bro. You know what I mean? Which is why it's always charming. You watch a crazy movie and they're jumping on the highway to go through the border or some shit like this. Like, oh yeah, for sure. But bro, you have a pilot's license? You convince some people with whatever that you're just going to go up. You know what I mean? Shit, boy. Shit, boy. And Haru says hello. Hello to Haru. Here's hoping you're having a wonderful, bubbly, Kyle-filled day and that things have found a way to stabilize themselves for you. Wow. You seem to have come at just the right time on this list because we are right at the end. As usual, believe in yourself. I believe in you. I believe in Chase. You guys are amazing. Up, down, all over the place. But here we are at number 1. Wow. I'm not a crime scene cleaner, but we used to transport coroner cases as part of the job. The elderly man who blew his head off with a shotgun in a third-story attic in the summer was rough. He'd been there a few weeks. We could smell him when we got out of the truck at the street. Blood splatter covered every inch of the walls inside this room, as did the flies. Had to scrape some dried brain off the floor into a container for the coroner. When I went to roll him into a body bag, his bloated, slimy, greenish-blue skin slipped off of him, and I was left holding a large sheet of it with my open hands. Oh. The worst part was that his wife had passed a few weeks before, and they had been one of those married for 60-year inseparable couples. He just couldn't take it. That broke my heart. Other guys were puking. I cried silently. How fucked is that, man? Where like your wife is gone and you just want to end it? There's like no... Damn. That's love, dear. That's how I cry. Is that okay? Would I found love? Would I find love? Would I found love? Would I am find?
Would I am find?
And be find love.
I don't think you can do an ugly cry for me.
Yeah, that's not ugly to you?
No.
Oh, really? If I could remember it, I'd give you some more of that in the coming weeks. It makes me so it's getting really animal-y. like a mating call.
That's our mating call, don't you know?
That sounds like a alien in Star Wars. Like they don't want to put any more effort into it than that. Hey, just make a noise. Yep, that's what he sounds like. Gross. It's really... I'm sorry. I've been having a fantastic day. As a guy who's all about big titties, this is better than a woman on a building just topless shaking them the what's going on with these hedge fund motherfuckers. Because when you see what it takes for them to jump up and have a tantrum and throw a fit the way that, a straight up kid would, bro, where he's laying down with his full body weight on the ground while the parents trying to make him stand up, bro. Holy shit. They hit him where it mattered, in their pockets. Some of these dudes received money that wasn't theirs to fuck around with, and now they mad. But the wildest part is that these systems stepped in to protect their wealthy. And it's not abnormal. It's not outrageous. It's not like, oh, we didn't expect them to protect their money. But it's really funny that now that we have the opportunity to step in, that your everyman has an opportunity to do something. That no. This was never meant to benefit you. This person said the game is rigged at the end. They don't even know that they're memeing, bro. Have you ever heard of Fallout New Vegas? Fallout what? I don't want to set the world on fire. I remember that they used that as promotional material. Promotional material for the third Fallout. Dia must have been like 6 years old when Fallout 3 came out. Supple, tight, Dia. No, not the 6-year-old part. Gross. Punk ass. Press a button. I'm kidding. They really did set themselves up, man. But the funniest part is that the name of the app was Robin Hood. It kills me inside. Especially since you know that I was really about them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Why does it have to be this way?
The thing is, though, I had told you that a lot of people were losing trust in Robin Hood.
It wasn't just, but like, when you think about... This is the reason it's a big deal. It was because it still made it explosively easy for people without experience to fuck around. Like, I didn't consider acorns more tantalizing, more enticing than Robin Hood, because again, that's what people want, is simplicity. People will pay for convenience, people will pay for that ease of access. And I don't know, one seemed to cater a little bit better, but now we are seeing the real question for me, because I do not know any better, and I will admit this much. I want to know, because long story short, it seems like they just took people's money and sold without their consent. Is there something in the fine print that will protect them when this shit reaches court? When you think you found a dead pixel, but you accidentally just spit on the monitor. That's PC Master Race problem, isn't it? Of course it is. You dirty wankers. Dia, I should be getting you a monitor. But we don't need to yet.
I would have been 13 when Fallout 3 came out.
That's not even much better. Dia? 13?
Yes.
That's not much better. That is not much better. Need to get into Fallout. I mean, Fortnite. Have fun with my Gangnam Style emote, damn it.
We should play some so that you can use it.
That'll be my whole night, is a Gangnam Style emote.
Yep. That's the new favorite.
I really want people to know what time it is.
This is who you lost to.
just a match of me killing people and doing that dance. Man. Chase Williams says, Kyle, are you gonna get Monster Hunter Rise? I am unfortunately going to be honest with you and say that you've got the wrong guy with that game. I was vaguely interested in Monster Hunter World when I had it, and to say that I give a shit about a Switch version, I don't know, man. That's fucked up, isn't it? I just don't know, but it's true. Oh my gosh, Dia, is it true that this is traversal?
Is it traversal?
That's what I heard, damn it.
What do you mean that's what you heard?
I heard that it's a traversal emote. Damn it.
Well, go into the emotes and see what it falls under. Because the traversal emotes, I think, have their own.
Yeah, it says it at the bottom, traversal.
There you go.
We did it. We did it, Dia.
We really did.
Alright, look, ladies and gentlemen. What, to be honest, I owe you is another Mario Party with Dia. But I've got to finish some stuff. And then hopefully not get too lost. That's just stupid shit. I'm not playing, Dia. We go in later tonight. We kill like 6 whole people. But after we do it, you understand? It's Gangnam Style time. We would take them back to 2017, Dia. Wait.
No.
2012, right?
I want to say yes.
2017 is when Fortnite came out.
Because 2012 was when
Was the Mayan apocalypse?
no.
Yeah.
I went to
When
that
did
song.
Gangnam Style come out? They were playing Gangnam Style 2013. There's no way. I thought it was 2012. So it was 2013?
Well, I knew I played at one of my proms because I went to both. I thought it was 2012 though.
We get it, Dia. You went to 7 proms because all the town couldn't handle all the boobs. But you know what? Some girls have wonderful, perky, beautiful, strange, you know what I mean? Acupunctured boobs. Did you know that that's true? That some girls do acupuncture and they put a bunch of needles in their boobs?
No. That
It's
sounds
true.
horrible.
It's true. It's true. You can't say it's horrible. You have to respect people's I don't know. It's like it's like a cultural thing. Let's do that.
Shut up. I'm not saying that they're wrong for doing it or, that they have
I'm
to...
teasing. I don't know anything. I don't know anybody who's doing that. And hopefully nobody's doing that, other than people that are just dying to go,
I actually drink a glass of urine every day, and it's what's keeping me so bouncy and alive.
Jesus. A glass of your own bing bongs. I'm done. And so are you. And I wish you the best and I want you happiness. Special thanks to all of you here, sponsors. I can't get enough of what's happening here. Because that's what they did. There are a lot of things that people can say. But today, the hypocrisy was exposed, was put on full display by apps that are supposed to be tools that are working for you, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Took it upon themselves to protect some wealthy, dirty motherfuckers. Holy shit. This is a gun that leapt out of people's hands and started shooting today. What the fuck? I'm really eager to see where it goes, if anywhere. I know a lot of people think, there's nothing that's going to happen. There's nothing going to come of it. We'll see. I'm pretty sure that they fucked with the wrong people. And that's what I'm excited to see. Chase says, speaking of bodies, did you all know that cadavers don't decay quickly, or as quickly as they did a century ago, due to all the preservatives in our food? Well, that's good to know. You can put us on ice and we'll be good to, season and cook later, right?
Yep.
Because all the preservatives.
That's what we do with bodies, I guess.
True Silver said 7 proms to gather the 7 chaos tiaras. You know what I mean, Dia? Only then can you become prom queen of the world.
Well, that would require me to get at least one.
That's a kick-ass movie title. Prom queen of the world. And this century's prom queen of the world is... And you're just cackling. In the vortex. And all the other girls are going in there. Dia. Because they didn't coat themselves in the blood of the lamb. The sacrificed lamb. The pure. The virgin lamb, Dia.
What is going on with you?
Oh, you're saying that it should be a lamb who's promiscuous? Because that's more evil to you?
I'm so confused as to what you're going on about.
Scott Pilgrim versus the prom. Exuvatorio says, I came late. You need to keep that to yourself. Disgusting, okay? You think people just go around telling people when they coom? You people have a lot to learn
I guess some do.
about etiquette. So, I hope you guys groove tonight. You know what I mean? Sorry if I've given you any images that may be difficult for you to process. But, you know what? Let me look up that traumatized Elmo picture. Traumatized Elmo. Oh my god! Anyway, I didn't like the one with him with the hand up at the puppet. I don't like that.
Well, it's a puppet.
I don't like that. I don't like that there's a hand in him and it showed us from the profile and everything. That's wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, see you guys soon. Take it over to the Discord for notifications in case we stream like a game later. And, I'll see you in the next one. My God. I did it, Dia. And now, I'm gonna press this button to fade back to the thumbnail. I'm surprised I even got the correct thumbnail today. I did that too. Wow. So amazing. Like a floating head right now.